Hello everybody, this is Alexander Osborne, and I am going to be teaching you today how to make a creeper-faced hash brown. You're first going to need a potato. Next we need a cooking oil. I use safflower oil as shown here, but you can use other oils if you prefer. For more flavors, you can add cheese, salt, pepper, or any other type of spice of your choice. In order to cook your hash browns, you're going to need a skillet. A square skillet will be better, but all I have is a round one. It'll still do. You'll also need a grater in order to grate your potato that you've peeled and your cheese. You will also need two bowls, one bowl for the grated potatoes and the other bowl for the grated cheese. You will also need a strainer to put your grated potatoes in order to rinse them off. You're also going to need a spatula in order to flip your hash browns so they don't burn on one side. You will also need a peeler or a knife. Since I don't have a peeler, I'm going to use the ceramic bladed knife. And lastly, you will need a cutting board in order to keep your countertop clean and free from getting cut by a knife. No one wants that. First, we're going to take our potato and rinse it thoroughly to make sure that there isn't any dirt or pesticides. Nobody wants pesticides with their meal. Then we're going to skin the potato using a peeler or a knife, as shown here. And there we have it, a completely peeled potato. Not the best looking, but it will still do. Next, we're going to rinse our freshly peeled potato one more time just for good measure. When we're all finished with rinsing our potato, we're going to get our mixing bowl, and we're going to get our grater, and then we're going to start grating the potato using the top bit of our grater here. When you're finished grating your potato, try to get all the excess bits of your potato out of your grater. If you want, just rinse it out using water, since you're going to rinse it out anyway with the strainer. It won't hurt it at all. After we get every last shred of our potato out of our grater, we're then going to put it in our strainer. Now that we have our potato grated, we can now rinse it off. Note, if you rinse off your potato, you will be rinsing out some of your cornstarch, but since we're adding in cooking oil, it really won't matter for this. When we're finished rinsing off our grated potato, we're going to want to squeeze out as much water as we can from our potatoes. The more water we squeeze out, the faster we'll be able to cook. Get small clumps of potato and start squeezing as hard as you can. Watch how the water comes out. Keep doing this until you barely see any water coming out. This will take a little while. Be patient. Now you're going to want to get your grater and some cheese. Keep grating the cheese until you have an amount that you want for your hash brown. It can be a lot of cheese or a little bit of cheese. It doesn't really matter. When you've grated enough cheese, then just mix it into your grated potatoes. Make sure to really mix in the cheese with the grated potato in order so that the cheese melts evenly among the hash brown. Next, before adding our potatoes, we're going to want to preheat our skillet. Put some cooking oil in before preheating. This is probably too much, but it will still be alright. You do not need that much cooking oil for your hash brown. When your skillet or pan is preheated, slosh the cooking oil around until it covers the bottom and sides of the skillet. Then add your potato/cheese mixture. And don't be afraid to keep piling on the potato and cheese. Trust me, there's going to be a lot, and a pan like this can hold a lot. And when you're finished putting the potato and cheese mixture into the skillet, move it all around until it is even and flat and covering the whole pan. Now, in order to make the first part of the creeper face, you want to get your spatula, and then just gently push 4 sides of the hash brown until you make a square. You're going to want to be leaving your hash brown cooking for 15 minutes on a temperature between 3 and 4 on your stovetop dial. After 15 minutes, check the bottom of your hash brown to see if it's nice and golden. If it's flaky and falls apart, let it be on the stove for a bit longer. You want to be able to flip it evenly so that nothing falls off and it's a nice golden brown on the bottom. After another 15 minutes, your hash brown should be done. Nice crispy gold and brown on both sides. Ready to serve. But we're not done just yet. Now all we have to do is cut out the creeper face in our hash brown. Make sure you have a sharp knife, as hash browns can be kind of tricky to cut. And if you need reference, you can always find a picture of a creeper face off Google. And there you have it, a completed creeper face hash brown. Enjoy to your heart's content. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.